Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, now I briefly mentioned in that first video, a concept called witness consciousness. So let me just dive into that a little bit, probably take about 2 or 3 minutes. So the concept of witness consciousness. So first of all, having that awareness that you are not your body. You are the person who has a body. You are the thing inside that notices what your body is doing, right? Now, you who notices what your body is doing, the temperature, the objects in the room, all of that stuff, you are not any of those things. You are the one who notices those things. You look at your hand, you are not your hand, you notice you have a hand. Michael Singer has this great analogy he's put at the beginning of Living Untethered, I think it is. It might be The Untethered Soul, but it might be both. But he talks about, if you look at, like if I look at my coffee mug, like I know that I'm not the mug, I'm the one looking at the mug. If I look in the mirror at my body, we kind of get a bit more confused because it's my body, but it's not me, it's my body, right? And then he talks about, if you cut your hand off, for example, like separate to the pain, you inside are still the same. You just don't, you've now got a body that doesn't have a hand, right? You've probably still got the other hand. So he's talking about the understanding that you are the consciousness inside. You are not your body. You are in a body. You are not anything you look at. You are the one doing the looking. And if you are looking, you're obviously not the thing you're looking at. If you can hear things, even if it's your own thoughts inside your mind, you are not the thoughts. You are the one who hears those thoughts. So he talks about sitting in that place of witness consciousness, of being aware of what is happening without getting lost in it. Now, we could be watching a film or reading a book or whatever, and it's so engaging, and we just kind of forget the room we're in and all of that stuff. Now we're lost in that object, okay? But as soon as something happens, it can snap you out of it, and you realize, oh, okay, I'm not in the film, I'm just watching the film. I'm not in the book, I'm just watching the book. I'm in the room watching, whatever it is you're watching. So there is the sensory input from your body. So the things that you can see, hear, smell, touch, taste. See, hear, smell, touch, taste. Yeah. So that sensory input from your body, those are things that your sense of consciousness is aware of. Okay. So that's one layer of things that your body, that your sense of consciousness can get distracted by. You can be distracted by, I don't know, like I'm getting to this age where people keep talking to me about menopause, and it might be like itching or, whatever. I'm not knocking menopause. I know that it's a real thing. I'm just saying all the symptoms are things that you can get distracted by. So, but you are not those things. You're just aware of those things. You can be aware of emotion. That is, the way that your body is feeling. You are not the anxiety. You notice that there is anxiety there are anxious thoughts there. You are not the upset. You notice that there is an upset thought there's a feeling of upset, and being able to separate yourself from, I am not the body that is hot. I am noticing that the body is hot, can give you real sense of control and autonomy over the experience you're having. And so we've got the body, the physical sensations of the body, we've got the emotional experience of the body, and then we've also got the thoughts, okay, that happen. And so, well, I guess the emotional experience of the body and the physical, you could put them together. Then we've got the thoughts that happen, and I would keep these separate because we somehow seem to associate thought differently to physical and emotional sensation. So, but the thoughts, they're still not you. They're not you. You're the one noticing that there are thoughts. And Michael Singer has this concept of, like the chatty roommate. I mean, read his book, it's amazing. But yeah, so you're not the thoughts, you're the one hearing the thoughts. And so thoughts are just another object, another thing that your consciousness is aware of. You're aware that you're having a thought. As you listen to this, you possibly are having the thought, what on earth is she talking about? It was ridiculous. or you're having a thought, oh, let me go and find Michael Singer's work, do that. Or you're having the thought, oh, let me see if I can practice this watching and noticing and not engaging in the thoughts. And then the other thing, your sense of awareness can get distracted in other things in the outside world. So all the things that are causing the sensory input. So a film you're watching, a car that just drove past my window, a person who comes home, like when my husband gets home, I'll probably be engaged with him, kind of talking and hearing about his day, etc. So the act then of first realizing that all of those objects of consciousness are not actually the consciousness. You are the thing that notices all of that. So how does this relate to the meditation then? It's just that when you're sitting in meditation, you might notice, for example, that, there's an itch on the body, right? And so that's okay. You've noticed there's an itch on the body. You don't have an itch. The body has an itch. You can choose to scratch it, like totally fine, but you just have that awareness, just have that awareness that the body has an itch. In the same way that you have an awareness that a thought has popped into your mind. You don't have to engage with the thought. You can just say, oh, look, I've noticed that there's a thought. Right, and just leave it at that. If you follow the thought and you realize that you're lost in thought, then you bring yourself back to your focus at that time. And I would say choose a focus. It might be like a candle, look at a dot on the wall, look at a bottle, focus. So what I started when I was first meditating was when you breathe in and out, for me, somewhere here on like the top of my lip, or just between my nose, I would notice the sensation of air as it comes in and out, and I would be breathing in and out through my nose, and I just would focus on that. And every time I realized I was distracted, I would bring my attention back to that particular spot there and the feeling of it. Sometimes I'd have my hands on my stomach, and I just would feel the sensation of my stomach going in and out as I'm breathing. Anyway, so in a nutshell, kind of witness consciousness. But as I said, go and check it out. I'm sure that possibly Michael got that from somewhere else. I don't know. I just know that I came across it there and it really kind of resonates with me. So hopefully that helps you. Right. So the next video anyway will be day 1 of our 91-day meditation cycle sequence. Okay. See you there.